So, you have arrived at last. My name is Hennington. I'm Lord British's seneschal. I run his daily affairs. He has been expecting you for quite some time. You should go find him right away. He needs to talk to you. It's very important.
May I ask you some questions?
Certainly not. You need to talk to Lord British. It's very important. Now go.
Avatar, it is you at long last. I sent word seeming ages ago and have awaited your arrival day and night, and now you're here. Welcome back to Britannia, Avatar. Sadly, I fear that I have little to offer you, but what I have is yours. I tell you truly, Avatar, trouble, very serious trouble is afoot in our land, and we need your help if Britannia is to survive in peace and security.
Why have you not rooted out the disease yourself?
This is unlike anything I've ever seen, Avatar, beyond anything I have ever imagined. And I crave peace and the contentment of my people.
What evil has been unleashed in Britannia?
I'm not entirely sure. Giant columns have sprung from the ground. My advisors tell me that there is sickness in many areas, poverty in others, and that strife is spreading. I am told that the people have grown discontented with my rule. Yet I know not what to do. I fear that only you can solve the mystery of this pernicious darkness, Avatar. I know that I have asked much of you over the years, but we need you now more than ever. Will you dedicate yourself to our survival?
On my word.
Thank you, Avatar. You have truly given this land a hope for survival. I suggest that you first go to the dungeon Despise. It is located just northeast of Britain. It is easy to find. Just look for the great column that reaches into the sky. The entrance to Despise is next to the column. Are you in need of more detailed instructions, or do you think that will suffice?
Yes, I would like some detailed instructions.
Very well, 'tis easy enough. Simply exit Britain by the east gate, and stay on the road until it intersects with another road. At this intersection, turn to the north. This road will take you to the column. As I said, the entrance to Despise is near that column. While I'm thinking about it, I should give you this map. Here, it will help you along in your journeys. Within the dungeon you will find one of these columns, and with it, perhaps some answers. Of course, you're free to take any supplies that you find here in my castle. In fact, I have had a room upstairs prepared for you should you wish to use it. There is even some money there. Take it and use it to buy supplies or whatever you may need in town. I will do anything that I can to aid you in your quest. May all of the virtues be with you, my son.
To greet the Avatar, and welcome him back to Britannia.
I'm sorry. Who are you again?
To be Vasagralam of the Gargoyles. To be honored to meet you, yet to still be very saddened over my plight.
What's wrong, Vasagralam?
To have many bad things happen. To have witnessed pride swell in the gargoyle race. To have argued with other gargoyles when they separated themselves by building the dome. To have been banished by my own people. To even have had our Codex lens stolen from us.
Why were you banished? How were you banished?
To know that my people have lost respect for their traditions since the columns appeared. To have seen my people become consumed with pride, and have disagreed with them over the building of a giant dome over Ambrosia. Finally, To have had the people send myself and my servant Desbit into exile. And to be greatly saddened by events, but to persevere.
What dome are you talking about?
To state that the Gargoyles sought to separate themselves from the lesser human race. To have built the great domed underwater city of Ambrosia. To have seen the Gargoyles wallow in pride over their so-called great accomplishment. To advise the Avatar not go there. To warn the Avatar that other Gargoyles now look down on humans.
Do you know who stole the lens?
To know nothing of the lens or what happened to it. To only know that it disappeared some time ago. To be unable to read the Codex of ultimate wisdom. To know that without the lenses, the Codex appears to be gibberish. To hope that perhaps you can help find the lens.
I will try to find the lens.
To be very grateful to you, Avatar. To have hope that things can now improve for the Gargoyle people.
Hello, sir.
What is your name?
Siona. I'm a musician here in Lord British's court. Lord British has always been a music lover.
May I ask you for some information?
I'll be happy to help, but I'm afraid that unless you have a musical question, I won't be of much help.
I take it that you're quite a music lover.
Oh, yes. Music is very powerful and can accomplish some unexpected things.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
So, you have arrived at last. My name is Hinnington. I'm Lord British's seneschal. You should go find him right away.
I've already spoken with Lord British.
Then what are you doing here talking to me? Why aren't you out there fixing things? You're the Avatar. You're supposed to be fixing things. Now go on, get busy.
You're the Avatar, aren't you? We've all been looking for you. Lord British has been most upset, so you'd better find him. But do take some food with you. You'll need to keep your strength up.
Keep my strength up?
Oh yes, food will help keep you strong and make you heal faster, you know. We can't have you going weak from hunger.
What's wrong with Lord British?
Oh, it's been horrible here in Britain. The people are all mean to one another and no one cares. Lord British wants to make things right, but he doesn't know how.
Thank you. Farewell.
Hello, my name's Olson. I can't tell you what an honor it is to meet you, sir. I've heard about you all my life, but I never thought that I'd get to meet you. You know, I'm a fighter myself. Maybe someday I'll be as good as you are.
So you're a fighter, eh?
Oh, yes, sir. I go out to the East Guardhouse and train every chance I get. Also, Keller has been training me.
What's your favorite weapon style?
Well, sword and shield, mostly, but it depends on what I'm fighting, you know? For instance, a staff is much better against a skeleton, but I prefer a sword when fighting another person. Now, when fighting a goblin, I like a battle axe because of the sheer damage it does. Well, you know, different moves and weapons for different opponents.
Goodbye, Olson.
Goodbye. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Avatar.
What brings you into the weapons house?
I'm a friend. Lord British sent me here to collect some arms.
Wait a minute, you're the Avatar, aren't you? Yes, Lord British sent word that you were to be treated with all courtesies and that you are welcome to whatever you need. Say, I don't want to speak out of turn, you being the Avatar and all, but would you like a few tips on fighting and training? You know, just to sharpen your skills.
Yeah, I'd like to hear some tips.
All right then, would you like to hear about training, weapons, or armor?
What about armor?
There's a wide variety of armor that you can get, everything from leather to plate. The leather armor is probably the weakest. From there you've got bone, chainmail, and then of course, plate. A full harness of plate is the best protection that you can get, unless you find some magic stuff, but it's expensive.
What kind of magic armor is there?
Well, sometimes you can find some armor that has been magically enhanced. I've also heard of a fellow down in Trinsic that can make armor out of black rock. If that's true, it's probably even better than plate.
I want to hear about weapons.
Oh, there are all manner of weapons out there. Some people like mass weapons, maces and things like that. Others prefer ranged weapons, you know, longbows and warbows. Personally, I like swords. There are a variety of sword types out there, but I prefer the plain old broadsword. I also advise that you pick up a bow of some sort. You might start with a novice bow or a longbow. Sometimes your enemy won't be at close range, and you need a projectile weapon.
Tell me about training.
It's very important that you seek out as many trainers as you can. Various trainers can teach you various styles of fighting. The more styles that you learn, the better off you'll be. Just remember, there's always someone better out there. Now, I'm a master swordsman and can train you a bit if you'd like. The cost is 300 gold pieces.
I've got to go. Goodbye.
All right then, goodbye. What brings you into the weapons house?
I'm the Avatar, and I've come to arm myself.
So you are. Look, say, I don't want to...
Yeah, I'd like to hear some tips.
All right then.
Tell me about training.
It's very important. The more style... Now, I'm...
Yes, I'd like for you to train me.
All right. You know, the thrust is a good move, but it's limited. Let me show you what I call the hammer shot. Well done. You're a natural, you know that? Well, it was good working with you, but I've got to get back to my job. Farewell.
Stop right there. Let me get a look at you. Oh, you're the Avatar, ain't you? What in the name of the virtues are you doing down here in this jail?
What's your name, guard?
My name's Tyson.
Do you have people locked up in here?
Yeah, it's a jail, ain't it? I get the worst criminals down here. Feel free to look around, but don't open up any of them doors. I gotta keep these people locked up. In fact, I wouldn't even recommend that you talk to any of them. I got one mental case in there that's a complete loon, as delusional as they come.
I've got to go.
Don't blame you. I'd like to get out of here myself.
Let me out. Oh, why is my head hurting? Have you talked to my friend Shamino? He's standing right near me. He'll vouch for me. Shamino, say something. Speak up. Yes, Lord British. Let him go. Let me out of here. I've been wrongly imprisoned. I am your sovereign. I am Lord British. I command thee to let me out of here.
Stop right there. Let me get a look at you.
Yes, it's good to see you. Lord British said that you were back and that you may need a few things. So, well, what can I do for you?
Well, for starters, you can tell me your name.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lorana the Mage. I didn't mean to be so terse. I'm just very busy. Let's see. No, that can wait. Yes. Now what can I do for you?
What have you got to offer?
I'm a mage. I can offer you some reagents and a few other things that I have on hand. There's, well, I'm not sure what all I have around at the moment, but feel free to rummage about and take what you need.
Can you give me some advice on magic?
Oh yes, magic? Well, let me see what I can tell you about... no, I can't tell you about that. Do you know about mana?
No, please tell me about it.
Well, let's see. How do I best explain this? Everyone has a certain amount of potential to cast magic. The more magic that you cast, the more that potential is exhausted. It is possible to cast so much magic that your potential is used up, and you can't cast anymore. Oh, don't worry. The potential comes back over time. That potential is what we call mana. Yes, that's it. The more that you know, the more mana you have, and the faster you will recover it. There, that's mana. Now let's see. What about... No. Oh, do you know about binding spells?
No. Is that a spell that binds people to something?
No, no, no. Spell binding is not about binding people. It's about binding spells. Binding them to your spell book. It's quite simple, really. Oh, bother. I can't quite remember the entire process, but I'm sure that there are mages about town that could tell you. Now where is that potion?
Damn, it's cold up here. Maybe I should start a fire. It sure gets cold on this trail.
Oh, you're the Avatar, aren't you? My employer has been awaiting your return.
Who's your employer?
Why, the mayor, of course. Avatar, we must rid this city of the human refuse that infests it.
Why? What have the poor done?
They're sick, they're poor, they contribute absolutely nothing of worth. Out! Out! Out, I say!
But Britain is the city of compassion.
Don't give me that claptrap. Compassion is another word for chumpery. Out of my way, Avatar. I'm busy.
What does the mayor think of sending the poor away?
He has finally come round to understanding that it is a necessary chore.
And what of Lord British?
That pious ass. It is fortunate that he is paralyzed in passivity much of the time.
Farewell.
Oh, I didn't know someone was there. My, you're a handsome one. Perhaps you'd like to take me out to the tavern?
What is your name?
I'm Mary Beth. And you're the Avatar, aren't you?
What makes you think that?
I've seen you in the Tapestry of Ages. You're very handsome.
What is the Tapestry of Ages?
Oh, it's a big, beautiful tapestry that depicts all of your wonderful adventures here in Britannia. It hangs in the museum here in Britain. You should go and see it.
Are you feeling all right?
I'm perfectly fine.
Do you know the mayor?
Of course I know the mayor. I'm his daughter. He's a good and compassionate man.
Goodbye.
Farewell, handsome.
Hello, citizen.